So there is this other thing that Dhurandhar has broken, which is that audience attention span has changed. They will not watch. You need the short breakdowns to be very small. You need to keep cutting constantly. All that everybody has a theory, right? Now that has been thoroughly blown out of the water by Dhurandhar. That is, I'm not saying it will apply to every movie, but at least this movie people are
See,
watching.
for me, that aspect, I never believed in the context of too much length. This is because if film is boring, you'll get bored in 15 minutes. You know, and the instances ever since Narcos came for the first time, people binge watch for 2-3 days. It's about the holding power of the narrative. Length, I never really believed.
Right.
So at the point of time, because 2 or 3 long films would have flopped, and they will say, no, it can't be more than 2 hours. And now yesterday I was with the producer. He was telling the writer, minimum 3.5 hours hona chahiye. He's telling the writer.
He's telling the right.
Yeah.
So the producer is telling the man who earlier would say finish it.
2 घंटे से ज़्यादा नहीं.
Yeah.
Maximum 2:20. Yeah.
2:15,
Now that guy has come
2:20.
to. Yeah.
He's saying he wants a 3.5 hour film. And
So now if tomorrow Sandeep Vanga announces that Spirit is going to be 4.5 hours, it could be a very good thing.
he might actually make films that are
Now see, the in thing is now this, the length. The more longer, the more better.
How do you explain the fact that Border 2 is also working well and Dhurandhar is also working? Of course, the scale is different, but audiences are going to both movies. Border 2 is a classical.
See, no, that is the whole my point. See, working well, lot of films work well. I'm going to surprise something comes next month or whenever it might work. Impact is very different. Shiva also worked. In the same year of Shiva, there would have been some Kartavyam, some Ankusham, some this. The commercially, I don't think there was a difference more than 10, 20, 30%, But Shiva lasts for the longest time because they discuss the characters, they discuss the events, they discuss the scenes. The impact is different from that.
Right.
There'll be thousands of books published, but only some books get that, no?
Yeah.
A lot of people might have read. The fact that someone wrote, someone published, someone sold it, they are existing. There's a Enid Blyton book, more people would read Enid Blyton or one of those Milson Boone and all that. But that doesn't mean that and Godfather can be compared. So that's the reason I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Border 2, I'm not talking about Border 2. Many films which did 300, 400, 500, I never heard anybody discussing anything. That particular day, they were free, and that was one more interesting thing, and they felt that registers as a collection.
You were talking about people still talking about the scenes of Shiva. What are some of the scenes of Dhurandhar that really, really impacted you? You talked about Madhavan saying you did good. That's something that really impacted you. You talked about the feeling a lump in your throat when he burned the photograph. What are some of the scenes as a director?
See, like one scene after the so-called climax fight in our language, after he kills Major Iqbal, when he makes a call to Sarah. Now, she doesn't know what to say, he doesn't know what to say. They can't see each other, they're on the phone. He held on those close-ups for nearly 5 minutes, it seemed to me. I asked him, how can you take a call like that on the editing table? I can understand in the flow of the picture because I don't know, I'm sucked into the emotion.
Yeah.
On the editing table to take a call like that, to have that much of length, I find it impossible, which basically means he's able to, see, I don't know if humble is the right word, he's a guy constant, and he told me, that was my editor's call, he said, I never saw a director on a one-to-one conversation, him giving credit to others. It's the first time I met a guy. I saw them on the stage, it's teamwork, his name Okia, and he will talk about assistant, that is about trying to act humble. One-to-one, he's giving credit to everybody around him. So he said, and once I do that, I trust my technicians. My editor said this should be this much of length. And I'm more surprised the editor. The editor will be watched in cuts, in shots.
Yeah.
At least the director, after the edit is over, is seeing a scene. Now, how does the editor make that decision to put such a lengthy thing post, So, because you are so immersed with the characters, now if you look at it, I think Sarah has 4 scenes in the film.
Yeah.
but she still matters. Wherever she comes, it makes a difference. So I think he personally, his respect for the characters he created and the moments and the emotions is of such high quality, or for want of a better word, that is what which is making him give that much of time for each of them.
Right.
So the director will say, ये छोटा रोल है, so ये काट दो, एक बार रीस्ट हो गया, फोन करके बोल दिया. See, that is how flatly they will talk about stories, and that is what will reflect in the film.